coordinate grid. Okay, the next lesson we want to learn is how to plot. What plot means is actually putting a dot or a mark specifically in a specific spot on this grid. So again, you've learned about the x-axis, which talks about left and right. You learned about the y-axis, which means up or down. Remember that word? And for the center, origin. Origin. Oh, whatever. Here we go. So coordinates. Let's talk about what that's going to look like. Coordinates are actually be given in two numbers. Okay. The first number is going to be how do I want you to travel, either left or right. Okay. So my first letter or my first number is going to be my x. My second number is going to be my y. So the x is going to tell me if it's a positive number, it's going to tell me, hey, move to the right. If it's a negative number, it's going to tell me, hey, move to the left. If my y is positive, it's going to tell me, hey, go up. And if it's negative, it's going to tell me, hey, go down. So let's practice. Let me show you. Okay, I'm going to give you two numbers. Your first number is going to be a 3, and your second number is going to be a -2. Okay? So what I tell students, in order to plot, you always start at the origin. You start there, and then you look at the first number. The first number says, move to the right 3. Now, how did I know it was to the right? Well, I knew it was to the right because it's a positive number. So that means I'm going to move 3 units to the right. So from the origin, 1, 2, 3. I end up here. Now, from there, I have to look for my next direction, and then I look to the next number. And it's a negative number. So that's going to tell me from this spot, I want you to move down. Down how many? 2 numbers. So 1, 2. Now you can plot, which means you can put a dot there. And that's actually the dot for these coordinates. Now, a lot of times what we'll ask on the test is they'll say, put this or mark A, or like they'll say, hey, give it the name A. So then you'll come down here and say, well, this is A. Okay, let's try again. Let me give you 2 more coordinates. Let's get up a -4 and a +5. So again, you're going to start with the first number. Remember, this number tells you whether to go left or right from the origin. It's a negative number. So that means to move left from the origin. How many numbers? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now I look to my next number and I say, okay, from there, what do? It says +5. That means to move up. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to put a dot there. And let's say this one I'm supposed to mark it with the letter B. So I'm going to put a B here. There we go. So you now understand what it means to have the x coordinate and the y coordinate and where they are located when they're given. They're always given in a pair of 2. They always have parentheses around them like this. There's always a comma between them. Remember, the first one tells you left and right on the x. The y tells you up or down. Now, because there's 2 of them, they make a pair. That's why they're called a pair. And not only are they random, they're ordered. So this is not a random pair. This is an ordered pair where the x is always first, the y is always second. Okay, let's talk about quadrants. Do you notice it says quad? Quad means 4. So let me show you what that's indicating. That's talking about the sections, okay, of this coordinate grid. Now, first off, I'm going to get a color, and I'm going to mark this one. This one is quadrant number 1. Okay. Now, I'm going to mark another one. This one is quadrant number 2. Can you guess which this one is? That's quadrant number 3. And guess what the last one is? That's right. That one's quadrant number 4.